Adorama TV presents Getting the Shot with Corey Rich.
Hi, I'm Corey Rich, and you're watching Adorama TV. Adorama is the place that I buy all of my photo and video equipment, whether for fun or for professional use. This past January, I had the opportunity to spend 10 days on the side of El Capitan in Yosemite National Park with Tommy Caldwell and Kevin Jorgeson, two of the world's greatest rock climbers and two of my best friends. Tommy and Kevin were attempting to free climb the Dawn Wall. You might have seen this in the media. It got a lot of attention. Free climbing does not mean climbing without a rope. It simply means a rope is attached to their harnesses to protect them in the event of a fall, but they're using only their hands and feet to ascend the wall. Kevin and Tommy spent 19 days on the wall to finally free climb the Dawn Wall. Now, one of the trickiest aspects to climbing the Dawn Wall was they were on incredibly small handholds and footholds. Climbing during daylight hours was actually too warm in most cases, and they just didn't have the right friction coefficient to stick to the wall, the rubber on their shoes or their skin on the handholds. So they opted to climb at night when the conditions were cooler, when the temperatures were much cooler. Now, the other dilemma when climbing at night from a photography and video perspective is it's not that interesting to see someone climbing in total darkness with a little headlamp on their heads, kind of like a miner's light. As is often the case, it comes to improvising. It comes down to using the tools that you have at your disposal to create the most interesting photograph or the most interesting situation. I brought a quiver of light panels equipment, from big lights to small lights to panels to spots, but none of the lights quite made sense. In the end, we settled on a mountain bike light that I use for riding at night. It's a light in motion light. I put one on my helmet and one on the handlebars so that during those winter months when the snow hasn't fallen, I can still go out for rides. And these lights are not designed for filming, of course, but they're an enormous amount of output. It's a big flood. You can't focus the light. There's two settings, medium and high, and we found that medium was just enough light. Now, the light and motion lights were pretty incredible because they're designed for strapping onto handlebars, but in this case, we just strapped it onto the portaledge. That's the flat hammock-style ledge that Tommy, Kevin, myself, and Brett slept on the entire time that we were on the wall. So in this photograph of Kevin climbing the infamous Pitch 15, it was his crux, it was the nemesis for Kevin. The big floodlight flaring into the shot is actually a light in motion bike light shot directly or pointed directly at Kevin's back. Now, as a photographer, I love what this is accomplishing. One, it's giving me some depth. It's giving me texture on the wall. It's backlighting Kevin with a nice rim light. And then Kevin's headlamp is actually bouncing off the granite wall and lighting his face, right? This is, in a sense, this is backlit. The light is behind the subject rather than behind the photographer front lighting. Now, in situations like this, I'm really pushing the ISO of the camera. I'm on a Nikon D4S, which is maybe the world's most sensitive camera in low light. Incredible high ISO, low noise imagery. I have a 128 gig SanDisk Extreme Pro CF card in my D4S, the rationale being I don't want to have to change cards and run the risk of dropping a card into the blackness below. I'm in the 3200 to 6400 ISO range, which virtually allows you to see what the human eye cannot see. So I'm 70 to 200 millimeter lens, Nikon D4S, between 3200 ISO and 6400 ISO. The beauty of rock climbing is it's not fast. Kevin is making very delicate moves. He struggles, he regrips the rock, he adjusts his footwork, he adjusts his hand, he's gritting his teeth. And so I'm doing bursts of images in between each of those movements, knowing that not every frame is going to be in focus, but I don't need every frame in focus. I need the occasional decisive moment that really summarizes what Pitch 15 looks like. You add that bike light, and all of a sudden, we have an interesting, compelling photograph that the world has never seen before. Don't be afraid to improvise, shoot at night, and most importantly, have fun in the process. I'm Corey Rich. You're watching Adorama TV. Lots of great content just like this is published on a regular basis. It's free. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do, and we'll see you soon. Be sure to check out Adorama's latest contest. There's tons of cool things that you can win.
Do you want great-looking prints at low cost? Be sure to visit our easy-to-use online printing service. Adorama Pix has professionals who treat your images with the utmost care that you can count on. For a quick turnaround on photos, cards, or albums, use AdoramaPix.com.